Hello, Cowboys Nation, and welcome back to the Richview Roundup, your exclusive podcast series for all things Richview Middle School athletics. I am your host, Colton Richards. I took a sabbatical from this program last week to celebrate my 25th birthday in Rolla, Missouri. Moving on, let's get the rundown for this episode. This week, we will recap the volleyball team's first matches against Montgomery Central, West Creek, and New Providence, the football team's first game against New Providence, the Oakland High School scrimmage at Vanderbilt in Tennessee on the road, the Hall of Fame game versus Blackman, the Titans preseason game in Atlanta, and the preseason finale versus the Minnesota Vikings, preview what's next on the calendar and the upcoming fast pitch softball season, followed by the football team's keys to victory for their second game at home versus Rossview. Let's take a look at the results for the volleyball team's first three matches. Against Montgomery Central, the JV swept the Indians 25-23 in the first set and 25-9 in the second set. When it was the varsity's turn to play, Central took the first two sets 22-25 and 20-25 in a tightly played match. In Monday's home opener versus West Creek, Richview swept the match in two sets 25-19 and 25-20. In the match at New Providence Wednesday night, they lost the first set 18-25 and won the second set 25-17 and won the tiebreaker 15-12. The JV squad lost. I made a point last week when I said, do not let a point or set miss get you down. Their next match will be at home versus Northeast, so come out and support the volleyball team Monday night. In the cross-country jamboree last weekend at Sango, Daniel Spain for the boys finished with the top Richview time of 16 minutes and 1 second. Cameron Kryzak finished at 16 minutes 11, and Mackay Craig finished with a time of 16 minutes 36. The girls' results are a little skewed because they ran a 5K instead of the normal 3K. Lily Quintero finished with the top Richview time of 27:52, while Maxine East finished with a 28:12. Our runners competed in the Saturday Light Fever at Sanders Ferry Park. We will discuss the results in next week's episode. Wednesday night, the Richview football team was in action after being postponed due to lightning the day before. The varsity won 30-8 in a rout to start the season. Offensively, Isaiah Ligon had 6 carries for 176 yards and 4 touchdowns. DeMarcus Martin went for 3 carries for 47 yards. Brody Wilkins had 3 carries for 30 yards, and Cade Lamb had a reception for 3 yards. For the defense, Ligon had 5 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and 2 fumble recoveries. Dean Cole had 5 tackles, Wyatt Wade had 4 tackles, Bo Parcells had 4 tackles, a tackle for loss, and a safety. Ransley Wares had a tackle for loss and a forced fumble. William Hester had 2 tackles and a forced fumble. Martin had 3 tackles, and Tristan Clark had 3 tackles as well. On special teams, Ligon had 2 touchbacks on kickoff and 4 extra points, and Cliff Pember had 2 punt returns for 30 yards. The JV football team won as well with a score of 14-6. Alex Hines had a touchdown and 2-point conversion in the first quarter. Eli Hicks had a touchdown in the second quarter. The JV defense was very stingy, only allowing 1 big play. Now let's get to our ongoing series about sporting events happening all around and outside of Clarksville, Tennessee, in Tennessee on the Road. This installment of Tennessee on the Road takes us to Vanderbilt University's First Bank Stadium in Nashville. The Clarksville High Wildcats faced off against Oakland High School's Patriots. Avari Galbraith opened up the scoring with a 40-yard fumble return for a touchdown. Varsity kicker and my brother, Owen Richards, threw for a 2-point conversion after a bobbled PAT snap. Friday night, CHS faced off against Blackman in the Hall of Fame game. The Cats were defeated by Blackman by a final of 24-6. CHS's second game is at Springfield in a Battle of the Bridge game. Make sure to support your Wildcats. In the NFL preseason last weekend, the Titans traveled to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. They won with a final score of 23-20 with backup quarterback Brandon Allen going 11 for 14 for 119 yards and a touchdown. Then this past Friday, in the Titans preseason finale versus the Vikings, the Titans were victorious in a 23-13 effort, with Brandon Allen going 9 for 13 for 137 yards and a touchdown. And that does it for this installment of Tennessee U on the Road. Before we preview the upcoming fast-pitch softball season, let's take a look at what's on the Cowboy calendar. On the Cowboy calendar this week, the volleyball team has two matches, home versus Northeast August 25th and at Kirkwood on August 27th. The football team's first home game is on the 26th versus Rossview. And I will be the voice of the Cowboys for that one. So I look to see all of you there as we look to protect the Warfield Shield. The Clarksville High football team has a game at Springfield on August 29th at 7 p.m., and the cross-country team has a meet in the Bison Long Hunter Classic on August the 30th, as well as Austin Peay's first game at MTSU in Murfreesboro at 6 o'clock. The Tennessee Volunteers will take on Syracuse in the Aflac kickoff game at 11 a.m. on ABC on Saturday. Vandy starts the season at home on August 30th versus Charleston Southern at 6. So go to as many of these events as you can and support our Cowboys athletic programs as well as your local sports programs. Now let's preview the upcoming fast-pitch softball season. The coach of the fast-pitch softball team is Joe Warren. Last season, the team went 9-1. One of the highlights from last year was the pitching of Matty White and the offense to back it up. The key games are Central, Kirkwood, and Rossview. The key returnees to the squad are Kenzie Rinaldo, Kendall Wicks, Penelope Butler, and Leela Jerezen. In terms of newcomers, Coach Warren has newcomers aplenty in the 7th grade that will help out on varsity this season. We asked Coach Warren what his expectations for the season were, and he said, I expect our girls to go right into the thick of things this year. We are in a tough division, but I think our girls can hold their own. The start of the preseason is this Wednesday, August 27th. Good luck, ladies, and have a great season. Before I can give my keys to victory, if you have any questions for the mailbag you would like me to answer on the show, please send them to cjrichards81500@gmail.com with the subject line Podcast Mailbag. And now it is time for my keys to victory. This week, my keys to victory go to the football team for their home opener against Rossview. Key number 1, don't be afraid to go to the ground game. It always helps your chances to get more yards. Key number 2, don't let miscues get you down. Every time there's a penalty, turnover, or loss of yardage, don't worry about it. Brush it off your shoulders and go to the next play. And key number 3, defense finishes the job. Let the defense get going early so the offense can back them up. And that will do it for this episode of the Richview Roundup. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be back next week with another great episode, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you do not miss another video with amazing content. This has been a presentation of the Richview Roundup podcast, a CJR Entertainment production. This show was hosted, written, and produced by me, Colton Richards. Stay classy, Cowboys Nation.